So I have come across people that say they don't want to buy a house because it's too much work. Like for real. I've come across people that say they don't want to buy a house because they are afraid of the responsibility that comes with owning a house. Because when you rent an apartment or you rent a house, or let's go with an apartment. When you rent an apartment, everything falls on the landlord, right? If anything breaks, you call the landlord. If you have issues, you call the landlord. And usually with an apartment, you don't even have to do things like mowing the lawn, changing filters, doing regular maintenance stuff for a house. But when you own the house, you have to do those things by yourself. You have to figure out how to do them or hire somebody to do them. Okay. And it got me thinking because when I hear people say that, and I'm always like, okay, actually, the best thing that I usually do is, okay, that's fine, that works for you. But I always try to educate them about what really is and what they are letting go of. Because it's always good to present people with the pros and the cons for what they are doing or what they are not doing. So when you buy a house, yeah, it's responsibilities that now fall on you. But if you look at it as if you're getting an asset, you're getting an investment, and it's part of growing up. The more we grow up, the more we have responsibilities, and even for us, every blessing that you get is a responsibility. For real, every blessing, everything that we are blessed with, that God blesses us with, is a responsibility. The only time that we will get to truly like lay back and enjoy is in heaven, really. Because if God gives you children, those are responsibilities. If God gives you children, do you know what that means? You have to look at your children as just the same way as Jesus had his disciples. And you would hear Jesus say, he wants to present them, sorry, no, he presented them to God as um he was able to present them to God and say, I have lost no one except the son of perdition. That is what we are called to do as as parents. Because God has blessed us with children, the the goal is that you have raised your children up in the way of the Lord. You have raised them into godly seeds, and you can stand before God in judgment and say that the ones that you have given me, I have lost no one. That's a big responsibility that comes with the blessing of having children. That's a huge responsibility. So every blessing is a responsibility. God blesses you with a house. You obtain a house as a blessing. It's an asset. You buy a house. It's an investment opportunity. You're able to use it for investment and to make even more money. But that comes with the responsibility of maintenance, the responsibility of knowing how to multiply it. And that's what God expects of us. For every blessing that He gives us, He expects us to multiply. Remember the parable of the talents. God was pleased with the man who had 5 talents because he came back with 10, and was pleased with the other who had the other one to whom he gave 2 talents because he doubled it. And he called the one that had 1 talent evil. He was displeased with him because he gave him 1 talent, and the man came back with just 1 talent. That means he wasted time, he wasted the resources that he was given, he wasted the blessing that he was given. Because to God, even if he even if he had done the bare minimum and put it in the bag, he would still he still would have produced some kind of interest, some kind of profit, right? So we have to remember that everything that we receive, everything that God gives us as a blessing is a responsibility. That thing that you are shouting and you're happy for, yes, shout and be happy for it, but know that you have just been signed up for a responsibility. You have just been signed up for an assignment. And while you are thanking God for that blessing, while you are thanking God and celebrating and inviting people to celebrate with you, partner with God to find out what is your assignment with respect to that blessing, so that you can produce what He wants you to produce, and you will not waste, and you will steward well the blessing that He has given us. Because let us remember, every blessing, every blessing is a responsibility for which we will all have to give account. So I thank God for the blessings. And I pray that God will give us all the grace to to steward our blessings properly. Because we remember, I just remember the rich man in the Bible that was blessed. God blessed him. He was blessed with all of this produce, with all of these things. And then the Bible says how he did not have a large enough storehouse. And so he decided that he was going to build, and then he was just going to sit back. He was going to build storehouses, and he was going to pack them with all of his goods. And then he was going to sit back and say, okay, my soul, now you can rest, you can enjoy yourself. And then God came and said, you foolish man, your life will be taken away from you today. Because that was a man who was going to waste the resources that God had given him. He was going to waste and not be a good steward. And to God, that is evil. So may the Lord give us strength. So I encourage everyone to buy a house. As a realtor agent, I'm always encouraging people to buy a house. Not because I want to get the the commissions out of it. But when you're buying a house, you're buying for yourself. It benefits you, it profits you. And I always love to educate people about what the type of blessing that it is, the type of asset that it is, and to help them in their journey in however it is that they want to use their new asset. All right. May God bless you and have a good day.